In today's video, we're going to check out the original cases made by Samsung for the S24 series. We're talking about the standard S24, the Plus, and the Ultra. Now, I'm going to demo them on my S24 Ultra since that's the one that I have. And some of the things that we have here are unique because, again, these are first-party cases from Samsung made for their devices. This is TK. Let's go ahead and check out all of the cases that Samsung makes for their phones. Like and subscribe and make sure you hit that bell icon so that you're always notified to whenever we have new videos on the channel. So these are the cases I was able to get so far. There are more cases available on their website, and I'm going to share with you guys some footage from Unpacked while I was actually with Samsung during the launch event so that you can see what those cases are going to look like. One of the things that we're definitely going to focus, we have an S View wallet here. We have two standing grip cases. Both are pretty much the same, just different colors, how they're hard shell cases. And then lastly here, we have also the clear Gadget case. This is a really nice two accessory option. You can use it directly with the kickstand, kind of like a ring, like a pop socket in the back, but you also have the ability of using it with the lanyard that is included in the package. Last but not least, we have this nice silicone case that has a nice feel material to it, purple, almost kind of matching the color that we have here on my S24 Ultra. But again, one of the biggest things I'll say is there is a leather option that's available on their website. Unfortunately, it hasn't shipped. So what I'm showing you here, this is my S23 Ultra with the leather case. I'll let it focus. And you can definitely see here, this is the original casing. Current colors available on the website right now are very similar. And again, the S23, S24 Ultra look kind of similar when it comes down to the aesthetic. So it's a little bit easier for us to kind of picture how this would look like on the brand new S24. We're going to start off with the silicone case. It's pretty much straightforward. I'm going to go ahead and take the case. The case itself is very nice and very soft. Very soft material on the back, silicone case. It is somewhat of a harder shell inside. And again, there's multiple colors available for your device. And for that, obviously, I chose this color mostly because it matches the device. Now, first and foremost, you'll notice that the camera lenses definitely do have a very nice position here. It is flat on the back. I'll let it position right there. Power button, volume rocker, opening for the microphones at the top, USB-C, S Pen, of course, and the bottom firing speaker, as well as that microphone that we have in there. Obviously, the SIM card is not going to be accessible when you have it in a case. Nothing on the left side. And last but not least, as I always like to try to do, is make sure to share with you guys, of course, that this actually does work with wireless charging. Is going to be connected directly to the Samsung wireless charger. Let's give it a second. And right there, 95%, it is charging. Very easy and very simple. This one is the silicone case. Again, this is a purple color, kind of like a, I'll say that this is the closest color to the version of the phone that I have. I have the titanium purple, but this one looks just more purple for some reason for me, and of course provide us protection. The next case we're taking a look at is the standing grip case. Now I got one in purple, and I'm not sure why, but apparently I ordered doubles. This one is the blue one, so depending on the preference that you have. Again, purple color seems to be matching my device, or at least the unit that I have. Now there is a little bit of a grip on the back, and the case itself, I'll say this, does kind of feel like the silicone case on the outside. It is hard shell. And what they're trying to tell us here essentially is that I can actually slide it down to be able to make a grip out of it. So this is where it becomes kind of a grip. It holds down and it becomes easy for us to stand our device, actually probably more like sideways. And then when you're done with it, you just basically push it up. You kind of like a push down to it. And then it goes back up, snaps in, and then it becomes very nice and flat. You can see here the logo, the name, and of course the lenses. Everything is pretty much nice and flat. And again, the way you do it, just basically from the top left, bring it down. And if you want to be able to keep it open, just make sure that it locks. There's a little bit of a locking mechanism here. Right there, and at that point it actually holds the phone very nicely. When you're done with it, you can just basically push it up, it goes back into normal position. On the side, power button, volume rocker, typical to what we've seen before. Obviously both microphones. Let's let it focus right there. I'll give it right there. You got the S Pen, the speaker, the USB-C, and the microphone position there. Last but not least, of course, does this actually, or at least does the flap protrude or cause any issues with wireless charging? Let's go ahead and put it on the charging dock. And no problem at all. As long as it's closed, you have no problem. And this is one of the beautiful things about this. This makes it so much easier to basically position our phone in this position where it's a little bit more closer to 90 degrees. If you're going to go maybe a little bit more tilted, position it to the other side, and then you get the phone correctly positioned there. One thing I will say though, it will not stand up because it is sitting on one side of it. So if I do this, it's going to tilt to the side automatically. So when they said standing, they pretty much meant sideways standing. So basically more of a content consumption. And if I want to hold it in my hand, it is very nice. Two fingers, very strong. And of course you could just go position which two fingers you want to be able to hold it. And it should work right-handed or left-handed, depending on your preference, because of the position where it is. Now, you guys have we're always familiar with the S View wallet case. This is something that Samsung's been making for quite some time, and I'm glad to see that they brought it over with this new series. This one's made for the S24 Ultra, and again, there's one available for the Plus as well as the standard model. And again, I went with this color based on availability. I'll go ahead and pick it out. There's no actual other accessories. Very nice soft material on the side. It is a wallet case, so basically there's an opening to basically maybe up to 2 cards, so like a credit card and an ID. Opening for the camera sensors, and of course there is that cover that we have to give us access to the display. Putting it in, very much straightforward. You push it in from one side, pop it in from the other side, and you'll notice that the material itself actually kind of carries over. So when it closes very nicely. It matches our device. On the side, nothing, pretty much clean, of course, since we have nothing there. A pop-up opening here, obviously for all the lenses, makes everything flat on the back. Green buttons matching the case color as well. Microphone opening at the top, and as well as obviously the bottom, similar to all the cases that we saw before. But the biggest thing about it is that you'll notice is that the UI for the lock screen, or the here, you'll notice how it's standard without. You put it in, you close it, and it basically becomes this experience. So let's go ahead and unlock the device, and you notice right there, it just basically works as a clock. And of course, if you swipe on the left side, you have access to your notification panel. So let's go ahead and click it back. So left swipe gives us access to the notifications. On the right side gives us access to the toggle. So basically kind of any widgets that are running for us to be able to configure access to it. It's very, very good. Go ahead and turn it off. Of course, when you open it up, it's very simple. You unlock the device, you have access to it. And what I really like about it is this is one of those few cases that you're able to use to intent mode. You can position the phone and run it the same way, the way you want to use it. Obviously, just configure it the right way. And if you do put in any kind of cards in here, just be expecting it to be a little bit thicker. But otherwise, it doesn't close magnetically, but you don't have to open it up to answer calls. There's an opening for the earpiece right there. Obviously, the microphone is sitting at the bottom. And as you can see right there on the display, it shows 94%, 16 minutes to fully charge using the Samsung charger. And actually, because of this actually should be able to work with almost any charger that you're using. The last case we're taking a look at here today, out of the ones that I have in the studio, is the clear Gadget case. Now, of course, we're going to take a look at some of the other cases. This one's actually pretty unique. It is a little bit thinner than some of the other cases, but it's intended to be more of a flexible experience. So you'll notice right here, this is kind of like one of those accessories that you're able to pick up. You can push, position it to the way you want it. And then once you have it, it basically holds your device the way you want to hold it. Now let's go ahead and put the phone in just to kind of show you guys how it looks. This is again, the purple one. And one of the beautiful things about this is you can definitely still enjoy the color on your phone. Now, this little gadget that we're looking at is very nice and very simple. It stays on. It does add a little bit of a bump in the back. But let's say you want to remove it and you want to try something else. It is actually absolutely removable. All you have to do is match the little dot directly into the actual angle that you have in there. So let's go ahead and put it in there. And it matches right there. And then it tells you exactly if you want to lock it and unlock it, you could basically just spin it. It is a little bit harder, but at this point it is locked. So now at this point, it holds your phone. It holds it very, very nicely. Provide us a nice little tether in case you want to have a little bit more extended for more protection. And if you want to take it off, all you have to do is just turn it over, get the alignment back in here. Just pop it over. It is very, very, very simple. And this one pretty much just aligns the same way, but here you have to actually push down to turn. So let's go ahead and put it in. So now it's positioned, it's on there, it's holding it very nicely. If I want to turn it over, push it over to the side, and now it turns this way, holding my phone in more of a standard format that I'd like to be able to hold it. Or of course, you can do it the other way around, a little bit more of a 90 degree, and then now you have a little bit more facing upwards experience. Unfortunately, it is not strong enough to basically keep our phone standing fully upright, but it is strong enough to have it slightly in a position where it's kind of almost like I'd say maybe 45, 50 degrees. And that's because it's positioned center-wise. And that's one of the beautiful things about it. Push it on the side, turn it on this way. You can hold it in this end, push it down, push it down. And again, you get the experience in the way you want it. It goes without saying that with any of these accessories, more than likely wireless charging is not going to work. So I'm going to remove that accessory and just put the case right on top of my wireless charger. There is a good chance this is actually take that back. Without the accessory, it will actually still charge on your wireless charger. It depends on the one that you're using. Again, I'm using Samsung's 10,000 milliampere one, and it works absolutely fantastic. So basically, it's a flat surface. It should be no problem. Again, when you're done, just put this back on the back, and you're ready to go. Now, the next case I'm going to share with you guys right now is a case on the S23 Ultra. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you guys is because I want to show you guys how this looks after using it for some time. This is a case that I got specifically made by Samsung. This is their leather case. They are continuing this leather theme or scheme basically this year, and there's going to be a few options available directly on their site. One thing I'll probably say is this is one of the most luxurious feeling cases that I've ever had on an S23, or even probably will have on the S24 Ultra. Now, I am ordering one. Hopefully I'll get that one and I'll be able to share it to you guys with maybe a different video. But overall, this is going to be some of the best performance and the best looks on it. That orange leather just looks absolutely fantastic, looks great, all the openings that we want. It looks really, really nice. And what I would probably say is if you're looking for more of a premium solution, there are other options on the market, but this from Samsung looks absolutely the best. Now, of course, this is not all of the cases that Samsung has. There was an additional one that was really, really nice. At Unpacked, it's basically a bumper case that allows you to use a cover plate for the back of the device. And what the cover plate allows is once it connects to the NFC tag on the back of your phone, it kicks up a theme to match the case. And of course, my favorite one was Venom. I'm not sure when Venom is going to be available on their site right now. They have pretty much two options. The one with the basically the happy faces, and then there's another one with a heart. But I'm hoping more case covers and more options will start coming up in the future. It's definitely very nice to see first-party cases from Samsung and how they do and how they envision providing us accessories to complement our device, to protect it. Now, Samsung also does have screen protectors. Once I receive those, I'll be able to do another video for you guys, of course, sharing the experience there. But with that being said, I hope that you found a case or a design from the cases that I shared with you guys from Samsung today to help you protect and customize and stylize your S24, S24 Plus, or even S24 Ultra. This is TK. Thank you very much for the support. Like and subscribe as usual, and I'll see you in the next video.